Hello, hello. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so late. Don't be upset at me, please, please. Hey, Joan. I don't know if you saw the video I did a few nights ago, but I did say thank you so much for my note you sent me. It was adorable. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I've been so freaking busy. I just got back home and I was late. But that's one reason I appreciate y'all so much is because I'm late all the time. Well, I'm not late from when I say I'm going to be here. I just come in late. It used to be 8 o'clock and it's just getting later and later and later. So I appreciate you guys for waiting around and being so sweet and not giving me such a hard time about it. Putting on the Ritz. Oh, thank you. I love it. I love it. Can I show it again? Some people might not have seen it. My hair, you guys, it's pouring down rain here. It sucks. The rain, the weather is miserable. Yeah. I'm putting on the Ritz with sharp. It's like I'm hot. I'm sweating. It's muggy, you know? Hey, Clancy. You guys, I'm sorry. I have to take off this sweater. It's way too friggin' hot. Picker, what's up? Hey, Robert. Okay. I mean, the wind's blowing. I swear we're going to lose power. I think we're going to lose power tonight for sure. But I'm just waiting for it to happen. Okay, so hold on. Let me find it. I don't want to dox anybody, of course. So I'm starting to exercise. I got to get rid of this roll right here, you guys. So I'm going to be getting in shape. Y'all, I'm going to be getting some muscles. You see a little bit right here? Tonight I'm going to try to stay. Thank you, Clancy. Hey, Blue Moon, how are you? You're getting, hey, Shady Lady. Yes, Sean said he got a notification also. So that's exciting. Yay. I'm so excited for our watch party on, in the end of this month. We're going to watch the movie on Netflix. So you guys can, looking forward to your lives, but haven't found them. Joan, I just posted one last night. Sometimes I don't post them because they're really long and probably boring to somebody who's just coming in, you know, to catch up. People don't really want to watch 2-hour lives. You know what I mean? So, Joan, I can always send you a link as well. So you can watch it. Hey, Chris, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I can send you a link so you can just watch it. If anybody's interested in that, the ones I don't post, if you're interested in watching, then I can send you a link and you can watch. If you want to do that. If you guys can say a prayer for coffee, it's unknown. I mean, I haven't gotten permission to share what's going on with her right now, so I don't want to say it. I don't know if she's already shared it or not. So just please say prayers for coffee and conversation. And if she wants to come in and share what's going on, then she can do that. But I don't like to give out people's business without their permission. So here is, hi, Ivy. Thank you, honey. Those people that don't want to watch 2-hour live can just fast forward. That's true. They can. But I guess I just kind of feel like there's only a certain amount of people that, you know, want to watch. And that's the people that come in here. So I guess I just don't post it afterwards a lot of time because it doesn't bother me just to have you guys watch it. You know, once you guys have watched it, then I'm good. But some people do miss it. So, okay. So this says Bella. B is for beautiful. E is for elegant. L is for loving. L is for legit. And A is for angel. Bella, your kindness will come back to you. Thank you for being a light for Jesus. I'm grateful Christ brought us together. God's armor over you. Love, Joan. I think my eyes are going bonkers, you guys. I cannot wait until my eye appointment. But she handmade it. It's so cute. I appreciate these kinds of things more than you know, you guys. It just melts my heart. I love getting that kind of stuff. Is coffee here? Oh no, okay. Because like I said in Hangouts, I don't think for a minute that you made me mad. It's just because you come on. Okay, I get it. I get it, Clance. Oh my gosh, it's hot, you guys. The hormones and so I've talked about this for a while, doing a book club. I think we are going to do that. Everybody has different interests. So I want to try to think of a way that, people can suggest what we read so everyone can all, partake in it. So, but there is a book coming out. Now you can get it on Amazon, but you can only do the St. John at the end of one of your lives a couple of days ago. The live that just ended popped up in my feed and it said 100, like 1 minute after. Picker, really? I love it. I love handmade stuff. Don't get me wrong. People that send cards, that are bought, I appreciate those too. But there's just something about a card that is made. I just love it. I love it. Thank you so much. It brought a smile to my face. Thank you, honey. Okay. So it is called, you have to get it on Amazon, you guys. And Picker, if you can remember which video it was, generally not. Blue Moon, I've been talking about it for quite a while. So the book that I'm interested in reading, and it should be in my save for laters. Hold on. Okay, list. Here we go. Oh, I love the Pioneer Woman stuff, you guys. Oh my gosh. So far I've gotten one thing, Pioneer Woman, and that's the hey, I ordered that tank top. I never got it. What the heck? It's called the Pioneer Woman. It's got you keep the little pods in it, Okay, I don't want to update right now. Hey, Cinnamon. Pretty, that's right. How are you? Yeah, Picker. I think so. They just don't say anything, right? Okay, I'm trying to find. I put save it for later. Oh, here it is. Wait, come on. Here, it's called The Perfect Father. But see, it's not out yet, you guys. It's called The Perfect Father. And it's the true story of Chris Watts, his all-American family, and a shocking murder. Now you can get it on Amazon in audio. Right now, you can only read it on audio. Okay, it's not out, and it's free with the trial. And after 30 days, it's $14.95. But you can read it, and we can have a discussion about it. So everybody, just sign up for Amazon audio trial. Read the book, and then you can cancel it if you want. Where have you been, honey? So this is a description of it. In the early morning hours of August 13th, 2018, Shanann Watts dropped off at her Frederick, Colorado home by a colleague after returning from a business trip. It was the last time anyone would see her alive. By the next day, Shanann and her two young daughters, Bella and Celeste, had been reported missing, and her husband, Chris Watts, was appearing on the local news pleading for his family's safe return. But Chris Watts already knew that he would never see his family again. Less than 24 hours after his desperate plea, Watts made a shocking confession to police. He had strangled his pregnant wife and smothered their daughters, dumping their bodies at a nearby oil site. Heartbroken friends and neighbors watched in shock as the movie star, handsome, devoted family man they knew was arrested and charged with murder in the first degree. The perfect mask Chris had represented to the world in his TV interviews and the family's Facebook accounts was slipping. And what lay beneath was a horrifying image of instability, infidelity, sexual how do I say this word? Sexual ambivalence and boiling rage. In the first major account of the case, best-selling author and journalist John Glatt reveals the truth behind the tragedy and constructs a chilling portrait of one of the most shocking family annihilator cases of the 21st century. So that's the description of it. The author is John Glatt. The listening length is 7 hours and 47 minutes. The release date was July 21st, 2020. Now there's another book that's out. In Cold Blood. That's another book. But you can listen to it now. Otherwise, if I check a book to order it, it says the title will be released on March 30th, 2021. So you can't order it by book, but you can listen to it on audio if you want. I ordered... And anyways, there's a whole bunch of other books, you guys, we can read. I think it's worth getting I already subscribe to the Amazon Prime, but that only is the movie. That's only the movies and shows. So the music and the audio books are completely different. You don't get those with the Amazon Prime. So it may be worth the $14.95 or whatever, just to read a couple books. I mean, it's a 7-hour read, so you should be able to take it. Hey, Lord of Darkness. Is this Seraphim? Is this the book about the Watts? Yes. That one, they have quite a few books now out, you guys, of Chris Watts, the Watts case. I already read one of them, and then I loaned it out. I shipped it out to somebody, and she hasn't gotten it back to me yet. Whatever. That was the one that came out by Carolyn Cadle, I think. Wasn't that the one that came out by Carolyn Cadle, and it ended up being just a crap show anyways? I don't really care about that book, but this one looks very interesting. Hey, Shady, what are you saying? Okay, Chris M. We're only allowed shotguns down under. Well, we can technically have more, but okay, Lord of Darkness, you're not Seraphim, I guess. Seraphim's one of our peeps that comes in here, and he calls himself the Lord of Darkness. So that's what I was asking. Love you too, Cinnamon. Where have you been? I love the old-timey survival tools, the folklore too. There's nothing more exciting to me than surviving off the land, old school. Yes. I think that would be cool. I always say I should have been born in another time. Yes, Chris, thank you. Letters from Christopher. Yeah, that one. That's the one I loaned out, and no, that's okay. I read Truman Capote's in Cold Blood years ago. It's a fascinating masterpiece. Paul, I think you're just a scholar anyways. Like you're too smart for me. And Picker, you guys, and Robert, you guys are just too smart for me. Okay, but does anybody have any suggestions for books that you would like to read? Because we can also take our book reading club that I've been talking about for a long time, and I just haven't gotten it started. We could take it to, we can do it live, or we could take it to Zoom and just have a little private book reading club there. I need your guys' input, you guys. I put something in the community post today, and I got one person, I think Coffee, who responded. So if you can please, was on Robbie's but had to leave due to alignment. Oh no. Aquarium baby, what happened? So I need your guys' input. I need you to keep your eye out for when I'm posting so that you can be involved in stuff. So if you look on our community post, I asked you guys if you could please comment below if you want to be included on the Zoom call we're going to have for the movie. So kind of need to know. Your chat froze. You couldn't see any comments. Oh. So everybody, please just try and look out for that stuff. Because this is our channel. Remember, it's our channel, not just mine. Everybody here makes the channel what it is. Okay, sweetie. Thank you. Okay, Joan. Have a good night. God bless you. I know, Aquarium baby, you used to be a big supporter of her too, right? Weren't you like very supportive of her? I don't know. I think she's done very well. Like, she was smart and kind of got away from YouTube for a while. I don't know, unless she's under another name. Well, Bella, I'm not too smart for you. Stop it. For the book club. What about Introduction to Quantum Mechanics, 3rd edition? Quantum mechanic. What? Wait a second. Oh, Jim Morrison's autobiography. That would be interesting. So let's make a list, you guys, of some good books that you guys. What about books that you've been wanting to read but haven't read? Do you guys have any books that you haven't read yet that you've been wanting to read? So let's put Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison. I mean, I had a good friend. I told you about the girl whose parents wanted, pretty much adopted me, right? They took me school shopping. They gave me a room in their home. That was the girl that I was with the first time something bad happened. Well, not the first time, but you know the story I told you guys about. Anyway, she was in love. Yes, the Bible, Cinnamon. That's good. That's going number 1. The Bible. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the word of God. The Bible. Bible. That's number 1. Number 2, we'll put. I'm just okay, Paul recommended that one. I'm putting who recommends them. Used to be, but she has changed tracks since I. Really? Oh, I didn't get to see their live. Oh no, I just checked and I can't stand. Sour lemons. I love sour lemons. I'm reading an essay concerning human understanding. Clancy, is that something you would recommend, Clancy? Because I think it would be nice to, talk about these. It gives us something productive to do. It's by John Locke, and Clancy suggested it. So my daughter and her boyfriend got their tests back. They do not have COVID. Thank you, Lord. They don't have COVID, so that's a blessing. I'm so happy that she did, but they were pretty sick. So they were sick enough to where they thought Da Vinci Code, that was good. Yes, Lord of Darkness. Shakespeare. Ooh, I like that. Let me do a Blue Moon says Shakespeare. Lord of Darkness says Da Vinci Code. That was a good one. I saw that movie. Where's Annie? Hey, Annie. I shared the Chris Watts book, The Perfect Father, with you. Oh, you did? When? Annie, when did you send that? Are you serious? That's crazy because I just saw it today on Amazon. To be or not to be? That is the question. Hold on. Annie, when did you send it? So you sent it for us to read too? I'm getting blind, you guys. It's pathetic. When did you? Oh, just now. Okay. How do I read it? How do I? Yeah, that's when I was looking at on Amazon. It says it's just a sample. Yeah, Audible. That's what she. Oh, you heard. I thought you meant that you sent it. Okay, I gotcha. I thought you meant that you sent it already. Hey, D90. No question. And hi, Bella. No question. What do you mean, no question, D90? I wanted to read some Greek mythology. I've read many of the English classics. I wanted to progress to the Greek. I would love to learn Greek, period, being that is my heritage, you know? Is anyone interested in anything political? Any political books? No? I'm into that kind of stuff too. I've got some really good books here. I mean, I've got a lot of books. We've got a lot of self-help books. I've got the Barack Hussein Obama's Dreams from My Father. And the only reason I would be interested in reading that, I haven't read it yet, is to find out the true him, really what he's about. Aquarium Baby says, me. Your husband is a Cypriot. What's that? What's a Cypriot? Cypriot, however you say. No, you can share. I will. Oh, so I won't have to pay for it? Is that what you're saying, Annie? Okay, yeah, it just told me that was a sample, but that would be awesome. I'd like to read Oscar Wilde's The Portrait of Dorian Gray. What's that supposed to be about, Paul? I have a good book too, and I know you guys probably wouldn't like it, but I have a lot of self-help books, guys. A lot of self-help books. So there's this one. Hold on a second. We got this one. I like this one. This is just a fun. Don't sweat the small stuff. And then we've got the prayers for busy women. Now these are more along the lines of, I'm no question about today. I'm no questions about today and enjoy watching. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Dorian Gray. Okay, let me take down that author's name. Dorian Gray. Okay, Clarence, thank you. Awesome. Okay, Cyclops. Okay, that's Cyclops. One of my favorite books to read is Wuthering Heights. But I've heard of that one. I've heard of that one somewhere. So, do you guys did anyone listen to Laura tonight, earlier? Did anyone listen to Perplexed? So, Saturday night, she's going to have a dragging show. Now, I think it would be interesting because people, it doesn't have to be, oh no, Annie, ew. Don't. I hate it when people watch me on their TV. Gross. So I've got this book, Judgment Day by Dave Hunt. Now, I think this book is very interesting. Yeah, I've heard of that, Wuthering Heights. Listen, I'm going to read a little bit of it to you, okay? Now listen, it's scary. Okay. Is a global military assault on Israel simply an ominous, wild-eyed prophecy or an imminent worldwide reality? For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. Zechariah 14, 2, 12, and through 3. Okay, this is a grim prophecy, precise in its language. But why would God bring all nations against Jerusalem and Israel in order to punish them? God gives two very clear reasons. They have scattered my people, the Jews, among the nations and parted my land. Joel 3:2. Israel has been conquered by many nations in the past, but never did a conqueror divide the land. That these only recently occurred for the first time in world history. All nations have united to do so and will be punished by God. The stage is set today. The drama will affect the whole world, and you're holding the script in your hands. So it talks about, this talks about the prophecies about things that happen. Judgment Day is coming. And, ow. Hey, you guys, I'm old and my body hurts. And yeah. Oh my gosh, I hate my life. I hate my life. My head hurts, my butt hurts, my back hurts. Everything hurts. And my hair is making me mad. Don't like my hair. I think I'm going to take it out, by the way. I think I will be taking it out. Just so you know. I feel more comfortable in a hat. That's just who I am. I like hats. Okay, so I'm going to read some more of it, okay? Dave Hunt's Judgment Day has encyclopedic dimensions of the most crucial and vital issues of our times. Europe has already been invaded by hordes of Muslims. Who is next? USA? Like the biblical prophets, Dave Hunt has a vision and is not hesitant to issue a battle cry. Judgment Day is a must-read and a call to action. It's a powerful book. That was from Shimon Aram. Thad Hoyer says, one of the basic tenets of warfare is know your enemy. Dave Hunt's Judgment Day introduces and explains the radical faith of Islam and the actions of its subscribers. A must-read for all U.S., state, and DoD personnel as they execute this current world war. Then David Segal says, Dave Hunt's treatment of this subject offers no room for political correctness. I don't know this word. Ecumenical accommodation or denominational loyalty. As a Jew of Israel, through the writings of Dave Hunt, I have come to appreciate the biblical imperative for Christians to support Israel spiritually, theologically, and personally. So, I mean, it has a lot of people that give their opinion on this. And I think it's a very, oh, there's some notes in it. So I've got books like this, okay? I've got these kind of books, and I've got like fictional books, you know, that other pickers placebo. Hold on. And then we've got stuff like 50 Shades of Grey. I have 50 Shades of Grey, you guys. I've never read it. 50 Shades of Grey. I do, I promise. Okay, so we've got, oh, and then we have Bill O'Reilly's Killing Kennedy and Killing Lincoln. These are interesting. If I Stay, that's a good book. The Cellar. You guys want to read 50 Shades of Grey? You want to read it? Aw, D90. You're sweet. Okay, just don't look at me, you guys. I know Miss Effing Wonderful says that she made that up. No, ma'am. Never read it. Poofed. No, ma'am. I've said it since I started. Don't look at me. I always say that. So we've got Killing Lincoln and Killing Kennedy by Bill O'Reilly. I think these would be interesting to read. So, you know, we can read anything we want. You'd rather act 50 Shades? That's funny. I like somebody with a sense of humor. Hey, Anitra, how are you feeling, sweetheart? So here's some little short prayers for busy women. I love this little book. Sometimes when the going gets tough, a few good friends are hard to find. Show me who my real friends are. Let me lean on the strength of their love. Amen. That's just a really cute, a really quick, short little prayer. And it has prayers for when you have babies, menopause. Oh, this is the one I need right here. If anyone's going through menopause, here's a prayer for you. God, menopause is wild. I don't know how I'm going to feel from 1 minute to the next. As I journey throughout this part of my life, help me to experience your faithfulness. Let me know that you never change. Amen. So there's a lot of just brief little prayers. Sometimes people say, well, I don't know how to pray. You don't have to know how to pray. Just start talking. Just start speaking, whatever comes to your mind. And God will hear you. And then we have, don't sweat the small stuff. Love this one too. Simple ways to keep daily responsibilities and household chaos from taking over your life. It's funny. The first thing I opened to was keeping good company. Keeping good company. What does it have to say about keeping good company? Most people acknowledge the fact that we are affected positively and negatively by the people we spend the most time around. Kids are affected by their parents and vice versa, and spouses are affected by one another, as are siblings. We are also affected by the people we work with and by our friends and neighbors. There are times, of course, when we have little or no control over who we spend time with. At work, for example. In these instances, it's often the case that we simply have to make the best of it. The same is sometimes true with certain family members. You spend time with them not only because you love them, but simply because they are family. You have no acceptable alternative. There are other times, however, when we have absolute control over who we spend time with. For example, our friends and people who we invite into our home and talk with on the telephone or on the internet. I added that. Your time and energy are among your most precious and important assets. Therefore, it's extremely important to make wise and well thought out choices about who you spend your time with. Do you spend time with people who are truly nourishing to you and your family? Or do you choose your company much more randomly? If you're honest, you might be surprised by your answer. Perhaps you are friends with people without really knowing why, or out of laziness, perceived convenience, or simply habit. I'm not suggesting that you necessarily break off your friendships and form new ones, nor am I suggesting that all friendships based on tradition, obligation, or past experience are bad or wrong. I'm simply encouraging you to reevaluate and take an honest look at how you feel when you are with someone and shortly thereafter. Is the person you are with helping you to grow? Is he or she a person you admire and respect? Do you nourish one another? Do you share similar values? Do you feel good about the way you have spent your time in person or on the phone? If not, it doesn't mean you can't still be friends, only that you might want to make the decision to spend less time with that person, which will create the time and space to meet new people or to spend more time alone. This suggestion has nothing to do with making judgments about other people. If you determine that there are people you'd rather not spend so much time with, it doesn't mean that you don't respect and honor them or that you don't think they're terrific people. It also doesn't mean that you think you are any better than them or that they don't have wonderful qualities. It simply means that all things considered, you'd rather spend your available time either by yourself or with someone else. Keep in mind that each of us has only a certain amount of time to spend with other people, probably far less than we would like. It's up to each of us to make the best choices we can. In my life, for example, I've met hundreds of people I really like for a variety of reasons, but would much rather not spend time with. And for the most part, my guess is that most of those people feel the same way about me. I love to spend time alone, and if I'm going to be with someone else, I'd like it to be with someone I truly enjoy being with. People have different preferences regarding the types of other people they choose to spend time with. For example, generally speaking, I'd rather not spend too much time around people who are irritable and easily annoyed. I also prefer to avoid people who like to commiserate and complain. Part of my preference has to do with the fact that I acknowledge that I'm affected by the people around me. So if I spend time with complainers, I tend to do a little more complaining myself, and so forth. This strategy has the potential to have a major influence on the quality of your life. The people around you, particularly those who you choose to spend time with, have a great deal of influence on your attitude and state of well-being. If you choose to keep good company, your life will get much easier and far less stressful. Bam! So that right there, you guys, just that one change in your life, just making the change of taking note of who are you talking to throughout the day? Who are you giving your precious time to? Because time is precious. You know, we only have so much time in 24 hours to spend with somebody. And we only have so much time in 24 hours to give to ourselves. So we need to reevaluate where most of our time is going. Are we spending a lot of time on the internet? So some of us are working and then having to take care of a home, take care of animals, take care of bills and other things. And then the rest of your time you spend on the internet, you're up late, you don't get good sleep, you're not getting up, having a good morning, eating breakfast because you're on the internet all night. Or maybe you don't work and you spend your time on the internet all day and you're paying attention to all the fighting and the drama that's going on the internet, and you have children at home, little ones that you're blessed to be able to stay home with, but you're getting involved in all the crap on the internet and you're being dragged into it, or you're choosing to be involved in it. And you're taking that frustration and that anger out of the internet, and your family is being affected by it. This happens, I guarantee you, more than people realize. I mean, just from what we see, how many people are on the internet all day? You see it. Anytime you go on to see what's going on, same people have been in 5, 6 different chat rooms, and they've been up on panels all day and all night. I mean, it's affecting their lives. It's not only affecting their life, it's affecting their family's lives. We've seen marriages break up over the internet, which in turn makes it's a family breaks up. Who was I talking to the other day? I was talking about something. I was talking to somebody, and we were talking about the fact that was it my mom? No, it wasn't my mom. Anyways, talking about the fact that this is what society wants us. They want us involved in all of these things that are mindless, that are mindless. It takes up our attention. So we're not paying attention to what's really going on. And that's why, for me, reading about politics, being involved in that, just, world, what's the word? Not world politics, but there's another word I'm looking for. It's where you're paying attention to what's going on in the world. That, to me, is far much more interesting than some crap that's going on online, because I'm learning something. I'm finding out what's really happening out here, not on here. All this, what you're seeing, people fighting and all that, where does that get us? Where does that get us in our lives? Nowhere. It doesn't add to our lives in any productive way, but we still find ourselves drawn to it. Why? Why do we find ourselves drawn to drama? I've been guilty of it. I'm not saying I haven't. I've gotten a lot better about watching it. I'm not, it just makes me in a bad mood, hearing people. And then they get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people up on panel, and people are, even when they're not fighting, they're just talking, but everyone's talking over each other. You can't hear what anyone's really saying. That's such a waste of time. I don't know. To me, I'm getting old. So the fact that I'm almost 52 years old in a week, a little more than a week, it's like from here on out, my time goes down. I have to make the best of the rest of the time I have here on earth. And being the first half of my life was a shit show, I want to make the second half of my life amazing. I had no control over a lot of the first part of my life, growing up anyways, so I do have control now. I have full control over what goes on in my life. And one of the things, like it says in this book, is very important. Who are we giving our time to? That can help us in an amazing way if we ask ourselves that and follow what it says. Diminish the people that are in your life that are not bringing positivity. It doesn't mean, hey, Gigi. It doesn't mean, hey, Sue Soul Sister. You're old. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday. Everybody put up some hearts and love for Sue Soul Sister. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue Soul Sister. Happy birthday to you. Sorry for the singing. I always have to sing happy birthday. Yay, honey. Did you have a good birthday? Did you have a good day? Aw. See, and that's the other thing I really am trying to get better on. I wrote down a lot of your guys' birthdays, and I have a couple cards to send out now. Belated cards. You guys, do you ever get pain like between your shoulders? Oh my gosh, the last few days, it's been terrible, the pain between my shoulders. Right. We are making investments, make them wisely. Exactly, Cinnamon. I mean, with little things like this, small little changes in our life, if we just go through and make small changes in our daily lives, it's going to change our lives on the big scale, right? Um, so I think, I don't know, maybe we should read a book. Who in here, just put a 1 in the chat if there's anything in your life that you want to change. Put a 1 in the chat if there's anything in your life you would like to change. You don't have to say what it is. Just put a 1 in the chat if there's anything you want to change. I mean, for me, I've got quite a few things. I have quite a few things I want to change. So, okay. I have not gotten the massage yet, Picker. Nope. I haven't even had the time. I've been thinking a lot about it, so that means it's going to happen soon. Aquarium Baby says she does. Cinnamon, Sue Soul Sister. Yeah, don't be shy, you guys. If there's anything in your life that you want to change, put a 1 in the chat. Gigi says, yep. And the next thing we'll ask, if you want to share, Paul says, yep. Shady, but it's up to Jesus, not me. Well, I agree with, okay, so whatever you want to change, it's something out of your control, Shady. Is that what you're saying, honey? So if there's, okay, my next question is, think of one of the things that you want to change. Picker already, okay, Picker says yeah. And ask yourself, is this something that I have control over changing? Like, is the control in your hands to make this change? Or is it up to somebody else? And put it in the chat. Oh, it's out of your control. Okay. There are certain things that are out of our control. Absolutely, there are. Yeah. Certain things we have to rely on him. Certain things we don't have the control to change, but some things we do. Let's see. Oops. Hold on. Okay. See Soul Sister Health. Yes, that's right. You can't control that, Aquarium Baby. You're right. Up to someone else. Blue Moon says Blue Moon has something they want to change. Yes. Now, so that's a hard one, you guys. When it's something like that, when it's our health, we are in control of it to a certain point, right? But when we've got autoimmune diseases, handicaps, things like that, maybe mental illness, stuff like that, we have no control over that. There are things that make it worse, right? So we need to try to be as healthy as we can. And I haven't been. I'm 100% honest. This isn't healthy. Red Bulls aren't healthy. But for me, my life, and this is no excuse, and I'm not making an excuse, I'm giving reasons why I haven't given this up yet. I'm using it as a crutch. I mean, this is something that helps me get through the day because I have such busy days. You know, the Red Bull, which is terrible for you, and I'm really still working on that. Um, and the nicotine, I just love this vape and I need to stop loving it. So I'm hoping when I start working out, I remember when I used to run the lake 3 to 4 times a week. I used to smoke cigarettes prior to that. Once I started running the lake and feeling healthy, I didn't want a cigarette near me. So I'm hoping that once I start getting healthy, I'll want to get rid of this. But until then, it's something I'm leaning on. That's right, Anitra. Me too, Blue Moon. I want to move to Idaho. You guys are probably so freaking sick of hearing about Idaho. I just do. I think Idaho is beautiful. I mean, I guess, the gal that I know that went there, she had to go there for a couple weeks. It was about a month, I think. She said the people there were so nice. It wasn't all the hustle and bustle like it is in the big towns, big cities. It was like, when you went to drive, the highway was clear and you could see the mountains and it was just a very scenic place. It's like, people were kind there. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. I mean, I don't want to leave my children though. And I don't think my daughter says eventually, like when they get married or whatever, that she might be willing to move there, but not right now. Well, she's going to be out. She says, Mom, I think we're going to be coming to pick up Piper tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, my baby, my grandbaby's moving. So I'm losing my daughter again. I'm not losing her, but you know what I mean. She moved out once and now, she's moving out again. And I think this will be the last time because her and her boyfriend are starting their lives together. And it's a beautiful thing. And, I'm not going to be one of those unhealthy moms that say, you need to stay home with me because I need you. No, it's good for her. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Her boyfriend treats her amazing. I'm so glad that she is opened her heart to somebody, considering what she's been through in life, my son has a girlfriend. Haven't met her yet. And you know how us moms are with our boys, right? I mean, it's just the girl's got to be good for him. I smoked for 20 years and one day I just quit. It was hard for the first month. Now I don't crave it all. Gigi, good job. I'm proud of you. Smoking is not easy to quit. And so when you Gigi, buenos, I'm addicted. Cinnamon, you want to move to Idaho, girl? Thanks, Shady. Your health. What was I gonna answer? Who wants to move to Idaho? We could get a big old house, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Just get a big old house and split it. Anitra says, I stopped smoking in 2008 and 20 years sober. So I've tried to keep healthy, but there are things that are out of my control. Just good job, Anitra. You ought to be proud of yourself. To quit smoking and drinking. Yes, that's amazing. Cinema says possibly. Wouldn't that be fun? Just move to a beautiful place. I aspire to be a good Baptist Christian like I was in the 80s. I'm guilty of. Paul, oh my gosh. I'm Baptist too. I stopped for 100 days and started back up last year. Sue Soul Sister, you can do it again. You can quit again. It's never too late to quit until we're not here anymore. Then it's too late. Paul, you know what? Anyone who's a Christian or anyone who's an honest Christian will tell you we're all guilty of backsliding. All of us. You cannot be a Christian and never backslide. Because you know what? Even your thoughts can be backsliding, right? So there's Christians that I go to church every Sunday. I'm involved in, in everything. I bring my family. I do this, I do that. But they smoke. That's still not, it's wrong in God's eyes. So, just because they go to church, just because they're involved, just because it doesn't matter if they cuss, if they smoke, if they look at pornography, if they're any of those things are backsliding. If they fight with their spouses, or treat their spouses in a disrespectful way, that's bad. So everybody who is a Christian backslides. I don't care what they say. You went to Baptist church growing up? Sue's little sister, I went to a Presbyterian church growing up. And that is where, and I told you guys the story, the next pastor after the one that was there when I was growing up, he's the one who hit on me and started harassing me and calling me at work and telling me he had loved me and he had feelings for me. And he screwed me up big time. I trusted that man. Found out he was drinking in his office. Being a Christian doesn't mean we must be perfect. That's right. We're human. And that's why it bothers me when people give Save Robbie a hard time. Save Robbie, he makes a point when he says, just because I'm Christian doesn't mean I'm not going to screw up. Now, when he says, I'm going to say I'm sorry over and over and over and over and over, that's, I get it. But I think at some point, if we keep making the same mistakes, we're going to make mistakes, right? But if we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over, then we got to look at ourselves. Like, what's going on? Why do I have to keep apologizing for the same thing? Why am I not learning from this? We should be learning from our mistakes. But, he gets a lot of, backlash because he says he's Christian. And then, other people say, oh, you call yourself a Christian, but you sit on here and cuss. Yeah. We're also human. We're human. Just because we believe in God and have a relationship with God does not mean that we don't live and breathe in this society that we're living in. Now, I don't think people should use their Christianity as an excuse to be able to get away with doing certain things, which people do. You have to take accountability. I don't think it's just take it like this. Okay, say someone has an affair on their spouse. And, say they tell their spouse, maybe their spouse forgives them and they want to work on their marriage and stay together. And they get, in their mind, they get away with it. And then they do it again. But they don't tell. They tell God because God knows. And, they ask for forgiveness. They say, I'm not going to do it again. God forgives them because God forgives us if we repent. But then they do it again. See, a lot of people do that. They keep doing it again. And you know what they say? Well, as long as I ask for forgiveness, I'll be forgiven and I can do it again. No. See, you may think then that you have Christ in your heart, but in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you do not. You do not. If you can say those words, as long as I repent and ask for forgiveness, I can continue my sin. No. Then you need to reevaluate where your heart is and if you really are a believer in God, because God does not say that. God knows our hearts too. In Finland, we don't have Baptist church, mostly we lose. My son was he was baptized as sprinkled as Lutheran when we were young, when he was a baby. But no offense, we went to the church, and um, I couldn't do it. It was too much like Catholic church. No offense to Catholic churches. For me, everybody has a different way of learning. Everybody has a different way of hearing, So for me to be able to take in and hear the word of God and apply it to my life, it wasn't happening through the Lutheran church. I fell asleep. I couldn't, it was too long. It was just all monotone. That doesn't hold my attention. So for me to learn and be able to take in and accept and apply it to my life, I do better with preaching, a pastor that preaches like hellfire and brimstone type preaching, banging on the pulpit, running back and forth across. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. My big fam, there are there are Muslim, Catholics, and Christians, and everything is fine and peaceful. My big fam there. What do you mean, D90? What do you mean? There are Muslim, Catholics, and Christians, and everything is fine and peace. Oh yeah, Muslims. Um, if we have a second, we won't be baptized. Yeah, and they say if you read the Bible over and over and over, you will understand more of it each time. Bella, just be yourself. That's all. It's clear that you're a good person, so anything else doesn't really matter. Oh, Picker, thank you. There's saved and there's Christians. It's the personal relationship. I agree. I agree. Well, I agree. If you are, I believe, if you are saved, you're saved by the grace of God, right? So once you're saved, in my opinion, the way I believe, once you're saved, you're always saved. I don't believe that God takes your salvation away from you. I don't. I don't believe in works, that it's works that get you to heaven. I don't. I believe, like it says in the Bible, salvation is a free gift from God. I don't believe God expects us to work our way to heaven. Are we supposed to do works? Yes, I believe that. Are we supposed to tithe? Yes, I believe that. Are we supposed to give offerings? Yes, I believe that. But I do not believe that God will only let us in through good works. I mean, how is he going to gauge who gets to go and who doesn't if he does it by works, right? I believe, like it says in the Bible, salvation is a free gift from God. And if you accept Jesus into your heart, you ask for forgiveness, you repent for your sins, you acknowledge that he died on the cross to save us from our sins, and to pay the price for our sins, and then that he died and he rose again. If you believe that, then you're saved. But Christians, you can't live a life. How do I say this? You can't live the life of a worldly person and call yourself a Christian. Sorry, doesn't work that way. You can't go down and hang out at the whorehouse on the weekend and call yourself a Christian. Doesn't work that way. You can't go out and have an affair on your husband and do it continually and call yourself a Christian. I believe Christian is a way of life. That's what I believe. Now, do we sin? Yes. But you don't continue the sin when it's hurting someone else, especially. I did, Blue Moon. Hey, Sean. Finnish people are so calm anyway, so maybe the boring old churches. I don't believe once saved. I don't believe you can be baptized and commit murder. I don't believe in good works either. It's so hard to explain. You don't believe once you're saved, you're always saved? You believe God can take, I don't want to say can, because he can do anything. You believe your salvation can be taken away? That's interesting. Shady lady, how do you like, under what circumstances do you believe God would take your salvation? This is a good topic. Oh, it's okay, Sean. I understand. Me too, Paul. Honesty is one of my best traits. But in saying that, it's not for me to judge or to say. What do you think of this Bible verse, John 3:9? No one who is 3:9. 1 John 3:9. No one who is born of God will continue to sin because God's seed remains in them. They cannot go on sinning because they have been born of God. What I get from that is, if you're born of God, if you are, what's the word? Born again, you are not going to continue to sin. That's what it says. No one who is born of God will continue to sin because God's seed, God's in your heart, right? You have Christ in your heart. So that's going to, but the crazy thing is no matter what, our thoughts are sinful. So, but it's what we do with it is what makes the difference. It's what we do with what we're presented is what makes the difference. And in my belief. Now, these are just my opinions, you guys. None of us know for sure. I'm just telling you what I think. I think that once you have repented, you've asked Christ into your heart, and you take that road, this life, then you try to live better. And I think God recognizes that. He knows exactly what you're thinking. He knows what's in your heart. So he knows if you're struggling with something. He knows if you're trying. And you should hate sin. If you hate sin and you want to quit the sin and you're trying to, that's different than sinning and thinking, I can get away with it because God forgives me. That's different. God knows. That's a totally different thought process. And it's totally different in our hearts. It's a slippery slope. Shady, I like the way you say that. It's a slippery slope for sure. I smoke and cuss. Them are my biggest sins. I think it's a living relationship. D90 says, my family embraces religion according to their respectable beliefs and everything remains peaceful. Yeah, I think we should. We should, respect everybody's religious beliefs. There's only 10 rules that God said we must obey, and they are the 10 commandments. Yes. And that's a lot to cover, isn't it, Robert? That's a lot. What if your neighbor's wife is hot? And you're sitting there with binoculars? Ooh, you got some explaining to do? You guys, think about it. Think back 50 years. Jeez, I was almost 2. Think back 50 years. Why were times so freaking different then? The New Testament overrides the 10 commandments. Very, very few people are truly born of God. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. That's one of the hardest. I like that. Shady. That is the most honest thing to say. That's exactly how I feel. I don't think I will ever reach the complete understanding of the Bible, of exactly what everything means, but I'm not going to stop trying, right? I'm not going to stop trying to live better. I'm not going to stop trying to be a better person and treat people better and love people for who they are. I mean, I really try to do that now. But I mean, we're all human, right? If I see somebody, I don't know how to explain it. Like if I see somebody out there and they look raggedy and, greasy and scary, I guess would be the word. I can't help but be afraid of them or what they're going to try to take from me, or or if they're going to try to get in my car. I lock my doors when if I approach a stoplight. Like there's this area where we're coming off the freeway and there's a stoplight there, and there's always homeless people on the corners, right? I've given them money before, but sometimes, all the time, I make sure my door's locked. Now, I think that could be either just being safe, protecting myself. But I can't say I haven't had a judgment thought in my head. Sometimes I get mad at those people. And it's just, why? But some of these people can't help it. I don't know their circumstances, but sometimes I've known people that could get jobs, that could, make their lives better. They had family that would help them, but they've chosen that life. And I've never understood, why would you choose that life? But it's not my place to understand. But I've felt a judgment on them in the past. I have, if they're scary looking, and then I automatically right away say, God, please forgive me. I do. I ask him to forgive me. I'm like, I don't know their story. It's not my place to judge them. I'm Anglican, but my kids were Christian Presbyterians. Not a problem, as there's only a border between the two. Yeah. What did Gigi say? Oh, very, very people are truly born of God. Sin is in, and the 7 are so conspicuous of the wicked. That's discernment, not judgment. Yeah. And then a lot of times I automatically think of my brother. And I think, if that was my brother standing out there on the corner, would I want people judging him? I know his heart. I know my brother's heart. He's a good person. He would give you the shirt off of his back. He would, to help somebody. And people have been so mean to him because of how he looks, how he acts. I mean, but he would never hurt a fly. Like, if he was standing out on the corner, nobody would have to worry about him going up to their car and trying to get in or anything like that. He would never hurt anybody. Just, he breaks my heart. But I do have to say, though, what do you guys think of this? Let me ask you. If there was, but we appear as nothing but wretched rags in the eyes of the Lord, how can we judge? We all do, of course, but none of us, no matter how righteous, think we are one. Exactly, Shady. You gave a hobo money today? Aw, that's sweet, Aquarium Baby. The rioters and looters don't believe there is a God. That's true. Thank you, Sue Soul Sister. Thank you, Anitra. It is sad. I think of him all the time. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think? Say, if there's a child, a brand new little baby, brought into the world, and they're brought into the world of dysfunctional parents. They get brought up, mistreated, beat, hit, called names. Say they keep growing up. They grow into adulthood. They don't know how to function. They don't know how to feel. They don't want to feel. So they turn to drugs. Do you think God spares them? Do you think if a child was brought up and they never knew God, or they never accepted Jesus in their heart, do you think God spares them? I've always been curious about that. Now, my brother was saved. He came to church with me, and I told you guys that story. I broke down in tears. I was so happy. He cried, and he said, "Will you hold my hand?" And he sat there. Ugh, I'm going to tear up, you guys. He bowed his head with the pastor and me holding his hand and asked Jesus into his heart. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I wish he would change his life. I really do. And there's so many out there like him, you guys. There's so many like him. You too. Hey, Sporting, how are you? You believe it, Aquarium Baby? You believe God spares them? Cinnamon, you do too? My ex was an addict. He was a gentle soul. I understand your pain and what. Shady, it's awful. Children are innocent. They have choices as adults. Again, it may not seem fair in our eyes. Why are some people born into war while others born into freedom? Too big. Yes. I know, Aquarium Baby, he's not well, and I want him to be well. I love him. Like, he's 3 years older than me, and yes, I agree. God knows who's been through hell. Yes. And you know, it's another thing. It's our job to teach our children about the Lord. You know, I'm going to look it up and see if he's still in there. I check every day or two to see if he's. Oh, wait, hold on. Mark Cuban saying something. Hold on really quick. He's saying every American. Hold on. And the other thing is, too, when he gets out, where's he going to go? Okay, good. He's still in there. That may sound terrible for me to say, but when he gets out, he has nowhere to go. And it's raining now. It's the bad weather's coming. Picker says, I personally don't believe in God. I respect Christianity, though. Christianity instills a lot of worthy values which are good for the individual and society, but for me, there is no God. I can respect that, Picker. Gigi says, we need to forgive those who trespass against us, those who messed us up. For most of us, that was our parents. It's in the Lord's Prayer. Yep. When you forgive, God will forgive you your own sins. That's right. Thank you, Shady. That's right, Gigi, we do. We have to forgive the people who have done us wrong. I mean, if Jesus can do it, forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? They don't know. Well, some people here on earth do know what they're doing to us, though. Robert says, even non-believers and atheists go to heaven. Their ignorance is not held against the famous words, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I don't believe non-believers do. Because here's the thing, if they're given a choice, and they reject God, that's where the issue is. If it says somewhere in the Bible about that, if you are witness to and someone has shared the word of God with you at some point in your life and you reject it, you don't want anything to do with him, that's a different thing. Thank you, D90. I believe God is an awesome God, just like that says. Hey, I was just going to look at something real quick. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven up. I love that song. Hold on. What was I just going to... Oh. Focus, Bella. Okay, here. Oh my gosh. This is... Mark Zuckerberg won't apologize for wearing too much sunscreen. Oh, a cult leader. Listen, you guys. Robert, you always say fine. I'm just saying it says something in the Bible about that. If Jesus does not know you, there's no place for you in heaven. That's what I've learned too. There's a big revival going on in California right now, I think, around the Sacramento area. Really? You were born into an atheist, Anitra? Wow. Why I do believe in gods and demons, other things. I'm going to believe in everything. Did your UFO experiences affect your religious beliefs? One way to heaven through Jesus. That's what I believe. Okay, a cult leader who claims to be a reincarnation of Jesus arrested in Russia. Here, let's read this. Oh my gosh. Do not sell my personal information. Okay. Russian authorities mounted a special operation to arrest a former traffic police officer who claims to be the reincarnation of Jesus and has run a cult based in the depths of Siberia for the past 3 decades. Helicopters and armed officers stormed communities run by Sergei Torop, known to his followers as Vizharion, and arrested him and 2 of his aides. Russia's investigative committee said it would charge him with organizing an illegal religious organization, alleging that the cult extorted money from followers and subjected them to emotional abuse. Torop, 59, with long gray hair and a beard, was led by masked troops to a helicopter. The operation involved agents from Russia's FSB security service, as well as police and other agencies. Vadim Redkin, a former drummer in a Soviet-era boy band who is known as Vizharion's right-hand man, was also arrested, along with another aide, Vladimir Vedernikov. Torop, who lost his job as a traffic officer in 1989, claimed he experienced an awakening as the Soviet regime began to collapse. In 1991, he founded a movement now known as the Church of the Last Testament. Several thousand followers live in a series of remote hamlets in the I hate these words, Krasnoyarsk region in Siberia. Converts to the cult have included professionals from across Russia as well as pilgrims from abroad. I am not God, and it is a mistake to see Jesus as God, but I am the living word of God the Father. Everything that God wants to say, he says through me, Vigeron told The Guardian. It goes on and 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 on. Stephen Greer Biden. Wait, what's the door doing here? What's this door doing here? Oh gosh, Biden. Ew. Okay. Now this one talks about Mark Cuban. This is what Mark Cuban says. Every household in America should receive a $1,000 stimulus check every 2 weeks for the next 2 months. I'm listening. I gotta fly. Bye, Shady Lady. Thanks for your input, honey. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Or wait, you're morning now, right? You're a different time. With around 13 million Americans unemployed and thousands of businesses permanently closed across the U.S., experts warn that more stimulus will be needed for economic recovery amid the ongoing pandemic. However, Congress is at an impasse, and it looks unlikely that a deal on another stimulus package will happen anytime soon. But we need as much now as we did back then at the start of the pandemic, Mark Cuban says. He's a billionaire investor he's a self-made billionaire. Cuban says there are two economies, or two sets of realities right now, one for those who are able to stay afloat and one for those unable to. Those without help are struggling badly, he says. To provide that help, Cuban supports more stimulus checks being dispersed. Cuban says that all American households, no matter their income level, should receive a $1,000 stimulus check every 2 weeks for the next 2 months. He proposed this same idea in May and says, I still believe in doing it the exact same way today. Additionally, families would have to spend each check within 10 days or they would lose the money, he says. He believes this use it or lose it approach would be beneficial because it would promote spending, which would help businesses stay open and stimulate the economy. Quote, I don't care what they spend it on, end quote. Cuban told KNX 1070 News Radio in May. It could be candy, it could be rent, it could be their mortgage, it could be anything they deem necessary or that they want, without mandating the money be spent within 10 days of the receipt. Cuban believes many Americans will save it. People are uncertain about their future, so rather than spending, they save. He has a point. Many Americans have been saving more amid the pandemic than ever. In April, the personal savings rate hit a record high, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that proposition? Our God is an awesome God. He reigns. Stephen, who's there? Yeah, I'm not a Bible thumper either, Sean. I love God. I believe in him, absolutely. But I wouldn't call myself a Bible thumper. But there was information about Joe Biden and his son being a drug addict and all this other stuff. I want to get this puppy, you guys. I'm going to show him to you. So cute. Okay. I got to show you this puppy. Look at this puppy. So friggin' cute. I want him. I want that puppy. Now, you got to see this. Listen, look at how cute. They come in white, dark brown, or light brown. Why won't it play? Have you guys seen those? Oh my gosh, so friggin' cute. Have you guys seen the Picker says, but Picker. Oh, I don't like the white one. Look at Picker. It's actually not a real, yes, it's a little Labradoodle, Gigi, but it's not real, but it acts real. It runs, it wags its tail. It has 20 types of actions, and it's controlled by human body sensors. It's got, dog barking. I don't know if I'd want that. I mean, how cute. So it's got, it takes batteries. They come realistic. The average production time is usually 5 to 15 days. You can provide customized your favorite pet. Made from artificial fur, hand sculpted by polymer, clay, nose, claws, paws, glass eyes. The head, body, and legs are connected by the plastic skeleton locking, filled with polyester and steel granules, toned by airbrush paint and art pastel for giving a living species. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I want to get one. Aren't they cute? Yeah, it's a toy, but it's no more doggies. Good night, Blue Moon. Or wait, is Anitra going or? Yeah, it's a toy. It's not real, but it looks real. So I think I want the light brown. Beige. Wait, what's the beige is the one I want. Yeah, I don't like the dark brown. They're $29.99. Normally $69.99. Should I buy one? I don't know. Should I? I don't know. No. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, but I'm seriously thinking of getting one. Huge. Huge. This talks about social media dangers. I'm going to show it to my jackals and tell him I'm going to shoot him. Gigi.
What do I love about my daughter? What do I love about my kids? I'm gonna cry. I'll start crying. My daughter is an old soul who teaches me how to be a better person every single day. I love his heart.
All right, you guys. I've been on here quite a while, so wait, let's see. An hour and a half.
Which I love. He is so
I got a busy day tomorrow, so I think I'm going to get going.
Like, he actually makes me laugh. I'm not laughing because he's so cute. He's like legit.
But I'm going to change my room into when my daughter moves out. I'm going to make that my recording room in there. And I can set that all up.
Is that? How ironic is that? What you're talking about?
There we go. Anyways, I'm going to make that my, so I don't have to take everything down and do all that crap. All right, I'm gonna get going. Sounds like how much? Oh, Cinnamon. The dogs, they're only $29. It's a 2-day sale. Good night, Cinnamon. God bless you. I'm gonna get a hold of Eric and I'll have him come. We'll have him come on another time. He was gonna come on tonight, but I didn't want to tell you guys until he came on. But I'll have him come on another time. I do not believe in ghosts, but I feel a presence. There are presence. Yeah, there are ghosts present. You cannot see them, but the thought is still there. Yeah, I believe in spirits, Stephen. Okay. Sweet dreams. I love you guys. God bless you. Sleep with the angels. Pray for coffee and unspoken. And I'll ask her if she cares if I share or if she wants to come in and share. Good night, Sue Soul Sister. Blue Moon. Robert. Thank you, Robert. Good night, Sean. Good night, Picker. Good night, Stephen. Good night, Cinnamon. Good night, everybody. Anitra. Oh, Eric. Okay, honey. I gotta go. You just got here. Oh, yeah, because I don't want to have to rush when you come on, so I'm gonna have to do it another night now. Darn it. Good night, Gigi. Thanks you guys for hanging out. That's okay. You're fine, hon. Just message me and let me know a night that's good for you, okay? I even came on late, Eric. I didn't even come on until 9 o'clock my time. That's late for me. That's okay, sweetie. We'll get a hold. Good night, Blue Moon. We'll talk on Hangouts, okay? Okay, I love you guys. And make sure you check the community posts, okay? So you can be involved in the stuff that we're going to be doing, okay? In our book club, we're going to be doing book readings. And then also the Zoom, we're going to do a, my back. We're going to do a watch party for the movie. So yeah, make sure you go check out the community post and put your name in there if you want to be a part of it. Oh, that's okay, Eric. I gotcha. CERN. I've heard bad things about CERN. Good night, Robert. Okay, bye guys. Love you.